Are you drowning in a sea of scraps? Do you not know what to do with them? Well, keep watching. I'm going to inspire you with some gorgeous patterns that are entirely scrap friendly and will allow you to create some beautiful projects that literally cost you nothing but a little bit of time. And hey, who doesn't want the extra space in their stash to buy some pretty new yarn? Let's dive in. So at first are the Scrap-tacular baskets by Elimee Designs. This pattern comes in 3 sizes, small, medium and large, and the small version is available for free on the Elimee Designs blog and on the Elimee Designs YouTube channel. It can be made with any weight of scraps and is entirely beginner friendly. My only piece of advice for this particular pattern, because it does require you to learn the yarn under technique, is take regular breaks, stretch your fingers, give your wrists a bit of a roll, because the yarning under is a little bit more taxing on them than just the usual yarn over. This is a pattern that is very quick to work up. The small size can be made in less than an hour, and yes, I have proof on this channel. And it's a practical item that is great for using anywhere around your home or gifting to somebody else. I love this pattern so much that I have made 7 already, mostly for storing things like my stitch markers and scraps of yarn, but equally I have one full of rainbows badges that I have yet to sew onto my daughter's jumper. Next up is a blanket. So what is a roundup of scrappy patterns without a few scrap yarns? This is the Mariposa butterfly blanket, again by Elimee Designs. Now the sky is the limit with this one. You can make it as simple or as complicated as you like. You can have as few or as many color changes as you like. And again, it can be made with yarn of any weight. As you can see in this picture, I have made one using DK weight yarn, and I used 9 squares to make a fairly large size baby blanket. I like ones that you can swaddle them in. Whereas this one was made with chenille yarn, which was far chunkier, a little bit tougher to work with because I just find that yarn a bit harder on the wrists, but again, creates an equally stunning blanket. Each motif can be customized in an infinite number of ways. Here are a few examples. And I think, or at least that's what I used it for, it makes a beautiful baby shower gift. Next up is the Stashbuster sweater by HGDC Designs. This pattern is suitable for slightly more advanced beginners, not complete beginners, and requires a combination of DK and 4-ply weight yarn. It is crocheted in a front and back panel, then the sleeves are added and the last little seams are joined up. It's available in 9 sizes, so you can wear it no matter what your body size or shape is. And let's face it, if you coordinate your colour palette nicely rather than going a bit clashy, which I think would look amazing, you could create something absolutely stunning. So next up are the Vivid Accessories by Made with Love and Fibres. This is a collection of patterns, depending on which collection you want to go for. You've either got the Picnic collection, I believe, which contains a bucket hat, a coin purse and a bag. And then you have the Winter collection, which contains mittens, a cowl and a Christmas ornament. Now they're all based on the V-stitch, which makes it very beginner friendly. You can decide whether to have your colour changes going randomly with a magic yarn ball, or keep them regular and have rows of each colour. Regardless of which one you go for, you're going to end up with something truly beautiful. Now these scrap monsters by Blue Door Yarn honestly made me think they looked a little bit like teeth. Multicolored teeth, but I thought that was absolutely adorable. This is the first amigurumi pattern that I have suggested, and I personally think it would make a fabulous birthday party gift for a little kid. What colour would you make yours? Now I had to include a Tunisian pattern because learning Tunisian crochet is on my to-do list. Very high up on my to-do list, but I haven't quite had enough time to do it yet. Now this spiral shaped rug is a very beginner friendly way of getting into Tunisian crochet. I think that the random colour changes, if you use a magic yarn bomb, would work perfectly. It's practical, it's beautiful, you could gift it. I mean, what more could you want out of a pattern? Next is the Giant Puff Stitch Hexagon Blanket by Bright Red Cherries. Yes, I got that right, Bright Red Cherries. Now, I know the puff stitch is a little bit like Marmite in the crochet community. You love it, you hate it. If you love it, then great. If you hate it, well, why not give it a go with some scraps? You're not going to lose anything by trying it with some scraps because worst comes to worst, you can just throw it in the bin. You don't need to frog it. As you can see by the designer's example here, it can create a absolutely stunning blanket. And because it's a puff stitch and it's not just completely flat, it's that little bit warmer, that little bit more textured. I mean, who doesn't want to be wrapped up in a cozy blanket on a winter's evening? Now this is one of my favourites, the Hopscotch granny purse. Whether you make it into an actual bag with handles or make it into a zipper pouch, I just think these look absolutely adorable. The granny stitch is entirely beginner friendly. The magic yarn ball, which you could use to make it, again, is entirely beginner friendly. And you can coordinate it with any outfit that you're wearing, assuming that you want it to coordinate and don't want to go for random colour changes. Personally, I want to make one for myself to use as a project bag. I think they would look just adorable. Now, given that it's almost Easter, I did have to include something slightly Eastery themed, and so I have gone for Humphrey the Egg Cozy. There is also a Humphrey basic amigurumi version, so not an egg cozy, and you can get them both in a bundle that has been newly released by Hukanori. Now, yes, her examples are in rainbow colours, but it doesn't need to be rainbow colours. It is perfect for scraps. I made mine in hot pink and bright yellow. Yes, you heard that right, hot pink and bright yellow, because it was a birthday present for my daughter last year. I also love this basket pattern by the Burgundy Basket. Now, I have actually made this pattern myself, and I do use it as a whip bag for some of my larger blankets. I mean, you can make it as big or small as you want. I mean, mine's probably like this big and this deep. You can't even see that on the camera, it's so deep. And yeah, it's amazing. You can use it with any colours. I literally was just using up all of that yarn of, I bought it when I was a beginner. I really don't like that kind of yarn anymore, but I really don't want to just put it in the bin. So I made it into a basket, and it's incredibly practical. Why not try it today? Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, there are an infinite number of other gorgeous scrap-friendly patterns, such as these and these. Now, you can get some more information on my blog about some of these patterns, or go to your favourite pattern site. Go on Ravelry, go on Etsy, go on Love Crafts, go on Payhip. They're everywhere. Just love your scraps, enjoy what you're doing, and then, replace them with more yarn so you can create more scraps. See you next time.